When I'm laying sod, I like to start early. It's an all-day affair and it's a back-breaking job, but very rewarding. When they built the house next door, they tore up this soil, and now I've got to get my lawn established again. I could seed it, but that would take a long time, and it's really not the right time of year for seeding. I could also plug it, but that would take too long to fill in. Sodding is immediate. I'll have no erosion problems, get it all done quickly, and I'll have my lawn back. We've already rototilled it, we've had a soil test done, and we've worked some fertilizer in. We've also adjusted the pH by applying lime. Now what we've got to do is get a good finish grade and rake the debris and the rocks and whatnot that we find out. Get a nice smooth finish grade to lay our sod on. The next step is to apply a starter fertilizer. That's one that has a high second and third number, and it gets the roots off to a good start and gets your grass growing. The goal in fertilizing is to get a nice even layer of fertilizer. It would be nice if I could go forward and back and then side to side. That would avoid striping, but in a long narrow area like this, I'll make a pass back this way and then come back, and that'll get me a nice even layer of fertilizer under the sod. Bear in mind that a piece of sod is thousands and thousands of plants, individual plants, and hopefully it was removed from the sod farm no more than 36 hours before you're ready to install it. If it has to last longer than that, you want to keep it cool and moist and certainly out of the sun and wind. And then you're ready to lay your first piece. When you're laying sod, you want to make sure that you get the edges tight up against one another. And you want to lay it like bricks. We've got two edges here, and the next piece goes across those. That keeps erosion from running straight down a line down this hill. And always when you lay sod, if you have a straight edge like a driveway or a walk, start along that edge. That gets it going straight. When you're laying sod, sooner or later, you're gonna have to cut it. You may have to go around a tree, a telephone pole, a fire hydrant. In this case, we've got to cut it along the edge of the driveway. Don't use a good knife. Sod is not good on your blades. I just used a linoleum knife. It wasn't very expensive. An important aspect of laying sod is renting a roller and rolling the sod so that it knits firmly to the soil beneath it. You'll rent this thing, be sure to fill it with water. That's what gives it all the weight. And another thing, when you're laying sod, the edges should not overlap one another. They should abut firmly so there are no cracks. If anything, sod will shrink. So fit it tightly into place and then roll it. Aftercare of our newly sodded lawn involves watering. Remember, each piece of sod has had its roots shaved off and left behind at the sod farm. It's our job to reestablish those roots in our soil. And the way we do that is to water it frequently but lightly. We want to get the sod wet and 1 inch of soil under the sod. We'll do that 2-3 times a day for 10 to 14 days. As the roots penetrate the soil, we'll water it more deeply and less frequently. The sod will knit to the soil and grow terrific. And we'll have a wonderful looking lawn in just a couple of weeks.